In this video we will continue to discover Magav Config tool. In the previous video we talked about general setting, general view of the config tool, and IP config, where we configured the server, and SMS alerts, where we can add some phone numbers which will be used to send special messages, what we will discuss later. And now we will go to the most important part of Magav configuration, which is operating mode, or in other words power saving mode, and it goes in this tab. Well, we have plenty of modes here, and we'll start with the most basic one, wake up on motion or call, which actually means that the device is always registered to GSM, and it will start working whenever there is a motion or if somebody makes a call to it. Over here you have we have also sent SMS report to numbers. And let me go back to SMS alert numbers for a moment. We added one number and we'll send it to device. Okay, and now you can see we have this number over here, and we will have this table quite often for most of the functions, because that would mean that something can be sent to a control phone. In this case, in the operating mode, that's a message about a wake up that the device is changing to an active state. So for wake up on motion or call, the device will be active only when it is in motion, or after a phone call for 3 minutes. Okay, so let's move on next. The next one is interval wake up, and we have some extra menu here, which is sleeping interval and power up duration. Well, power up duration is basically the time for device to be active. So if the device wakes up, it will be active for 3 minutes, and then sleeping interval is the period between the active times. So that would mean that the device would sleep for 60 minutes after being active. And again, we can send SMS to a phone number when it wakes up. Over here we have anti-sweeping mode, but I will talk about this a little bit later. We have it only in some of the modes, and that would be quite understandable, but as I said, let's do it later. Wake up and schedule. Well, that's pretty much like the interval wake up. We also have power up duration, but now the wake ups are not periodical, but they're scheduled. They are scheduled at some times, and we can schedule up to 3 times a day. We should put whole hours, and that could be like, I don't know, 8, 12, 0, 4, midnight. Again, same stuff here, send SMS reports to numbers, then it wakes up. Okay, let's send it to the device. Okay. Probably the most useful one, the one we use more often, is wake up on motion. It's pretty like a wake up on motion or call, but it's different in a sense that when the device is not moving, it goes to deep sleep, and it's not possible to wake it up by a phone call. But to make sure that the device is alive, we have to plug in at least one, what we call routine time. So we can put let's say at 23 o'clock that it should by all means connect to the server and send the information about itself, or we can make it up to 3 times a day. So you wouldn't have problems if the device is not moving for several days. You will still have some notion that it's alive, it's moving, and we would at least know the status of the battery and the place it's located at the moment. Okay, let's send it to the device. Okay, send SMS report, same stuff. And now we will go to anti-sweeping mode. As you can see, we have it in wake up on motion, and we also have it in interval wake up mode. In other two modes, wake up on motion or call or wake up on schedule, doesn't make sense, and you will see why. Basically, anti-sweeping mode, another way of calling it is bundle or buffering mode or logging mode. That's the mode then device collects all the information, all the positions, and then sorry, uploads them to the server at the specific time. Again, we can have up to 3 times. So let's say if we set it something like this, and let's put it here, send it to the device. Well, not a good idea to use it here, but so let's do it like this. Yeah, so that would mean that the device will wake up, stay up for 3 minutes, then go to sleep for 60 minutes, then wake up again, collect all the data. It's not registered to the GSM network, so it is impossible to discover it. But at 12 o'clock it wakes up and it sends all the collected data, and that's the only time then you can then it actually can be discovered. That's why we call it anti-sweeping mode. On the other hand, that saves energy, because when the device is not registered to GSM, it saves a lot of energy, and it will work way longer if you use this sort of power saving mode. Even better in wake up on motion. Okay, so let's say 23 and send to device. Okay, so now we got that the device is on whenever it is moving, but it's not registered to GSM. Therefore, it's in power saving mode and it's in undiscoverable mode. Okay, the last mode is the parking mode, and it's a very special mode. We'll talk about it it's a bit different than others, and you can see that there is nothing on the screen because we made a special tab for it, and let's take a look at it. Okay, so we send it to the device, and now we go to parking mode settings. Well, we still, despite that we turned it on here, we still to turn it on here, because otherwise it just wouldn't know what to do. Basically, that's the mode which detects the start. It's a mode which only detects parking. It creates a message, it creates a position, then the device stops or the device starts to move. And we have stationary detection time, and we have motion detection time. Basically, that would mean that for the device to determine a stop position, it should not move for 150 seconds, and the start positions it's 3 seconds. What's so special about this device, that in between the starting and stop position, or stop and start position, the device is in deep sleep. It's not registered to GSM, all the processing units are off, and only accelerometer is on. So that's extremely power efficient mode. So okay, so if we do it like that, turn on send SMS and report, send to device, and now we would get only messages. Then the device stops or starts moving, and we also get messages, then it starts moving by SMS. Okay, but let's go to something more regular. Let's just go to wake up on motion mode and turn off anti-sweeping mode. Send to device. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. You see, we got a warning, no log at our set. That means that for wake up on motion, you should set at least one routine time, because otherwise it just would go to sleep, and you will never know what's going on with your device. Okay. Yeah, now the command was sent successfully. And now we're going to the tracking. That's basically how the device works. We can do the tracking. Let's do this way. The device can track position by time, distance and heading, or it can do on all of them, or just you can choose any two of them on the basis of OR. It's X or whatever comes first, either the time or the travel distance, the position is set, and then it's reset again. So let's say if we have here 15 seconds and that's 300 meters, so if the device detects the position in 15 seconds, it will count for an hour 300 meters or for an hour 15 seconds. Here we have GPS tracking without tracking without GPS. That would mean that the device would still lock or send its positions even if there is no GPS fix. It's valid only for time mode. So if we turn time off and leave the distance, you see we don't have this option anymore. But for time we can use it. And let's say we set 60 seconds, okay, and tracking for GPS, and then well, distance maybe is better, we set 330 meters, and then heading is basically that's for the turns. Well, 45 degrees may be a very stiff turn, but let's make it 30%. So whenever the device turns 30 degrees, we will also get a position. Okay, and then send to device. And we get another warning. The distance should be at least 100 meters. Okay, let's make 100 meter and send to device. Okay, now we got it right. In case we don't have GPS, okay, let's not use this one because, well, tracking without GPS doesn't make a lot of sense. And let's do the timing. In case if we don't have GPS, it might be useful to get a position using CellID. That's this tab, and it's used basically we know the position then using CellID information. We should turn it on. Set time interval. I would say it's a good idea to set the same time interval as in tracking. Here we have 60, so okay, let's have 60 here as well. And at the basis we have we can send it regardless of GPS fix. That would mean that it would be sent every 60 seconds whatever happens, or using with no GPS fix to send it only then there is no GPS. And that's quite good, because when we have GPS, we have GPS position, and there is no GPS, we have CellID position. So it's not that accurate, but it still helps to know where the device is. Okay, and then I missed the record tracks. Now I'll go to it now here. You can see that's exactly the same as tracking, and basically what that would do, that would make the device work as a logger. So you can see time, distance, heading, same stuff, everything is the same. And you can set the device to log all the information just into its memory. To erase it, you just turn everything off and again send to device. Command was sent successfully. Over here we have clear track button that would just clear all the data. Okay, let's get some positions. Let's make it 15 seconds. While I'm talking, we'll get some positions running. Command was sent successfully. Over here we can clear everything from the memory. I want to press it now because we want to get some memory. Here we can see how many positions are in the memory. There was 0 at the moment, but hopefully while I'm talking it will increase. There is a button to refresh record track counter. Okay, well, not now, but you will see it. And over here you can basically download what everything you have in the memory. So you can if you don't choose a starting and ending point, you can just press download and get everything from the beginning to the end. or you can set the date and time of start and end, and get a smaller amount of information. And if we press download, we can save it to a file in CSV form. You can use a semicolon for value separate, but that's up to you. Or you can also upload it to FTP to use it with our server, just as live tracking would be the same stuff. Okay, and now we're going to motion detection. Motion detection would detect then that the device is in motion, or then it's comes to stationary. Pretty much the same as parking mode settings, but that's for regular tracking. We can turn it on and off, well, on and off. Same stuff, we have stationary detection time and motion detection time, and we have send SMS report. SMS reports are sent in this case in both cases. Then motion is detected, or then stationary position state is detected. So if you want to get the information on your phone whenever your device stops, click here. Okay, send to device. Command was sent successfully. And last but not least, we can have a low battery alert and detached sensor alert. As you can see, they're pretty much the same. You can just turn the alert on, and you can turn the SMS messaging on. Here's the same stuff. What those alerts do: low battery alert informs you then the battery runs low, and you should do something with it, probably charge it. And detached sensor, well, the Magav will have a detached sensor. If you attach it to a metal surface, it will use magnets, it's strong magnets, and will keep on it. But if somebody will discover it and just take it off, the device would know it immediately because of the detached sensor, and it can send an alert to server and to an SMS. And that's, I would say, a very useful feature, which we recommend to use to all our clients. And on this feature, I would end the presentation of Magav 300 Config tool. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please contact us. We will try to do our best to help you.